Alright there, this is Skinless, Guild Leader for the Eternal Alliance, and we're going to be looking at Mustafar on the far left side here for CM-wise. I mean, there's a few different comps that can work fairly well, and like Inquisitors are a great one that a lot of people go to. Some people use SK, sometimes you can use them in the middle too. So one of the ones I found that works pretty well is going to be using your Sith Triumvirate. To that point, I'm going to go ahead and just speed him up a little bit, having Talon is going to go ahead and go with SCE, but we can go ahead and I don't really want a lot of fear going around when it comes down to running with Palpatine. So I'm going to go ahead and be running Malik as my additional tank and Darth Revan, and the team usually kind of kills themselves off as we do this. So a couple things to note here. My Traya, how it's modded. We've got a decent amount of speed on her. Health, I mean, she's kind of just well-rounded for the most part with her modding. I've got a Relic 7, just kind of one of those things. She's one of my favorite units, so would bring her up higher if I could. Scion is modded okay, not super great. Once again, some okay speed, protection, health. So I mean, you can, if you modded yours properly, you've probably gone ahead and done quite a bit more there. My Nihilist, though, I do feel I've modded fairly well with the high health, specifically because of the way his kit is built. He becomes nearly unkillable in most matches, especially when you're using him in like GAC and TW. Let's see, Darth Revan, I've got him pretty fast, so I know there are faster ones out there, but I'm pretty happy with that there. And then you finally have your Malik, and I've been running this team since I've had Dreven at like R5, and then like when Malik was R7 for me. So you're able to still kind of run this without much issue. There is some RNG involved, but it is a pretty good team, I would say. So we're going to go ahead and get everyone feared. We're going to go ahead and try out that Droideka. And since nobody has the buffs, I don't really want to spread anything around. We're going to go ahead and make sure that Magna Guard here ain't going to taunt and keep my Nihilist alive. We may have the one Magna Guard we got to worry about, but for the most part, it's all about getting out your Droideka. So could have probably held on to that. There we go. And boom, we can go ahead and get rid of Droideka. And now we can kind of work on getting rid of some of these stacks here. So that way we don't have anything giving us the debuffs. And we're stuck behind an IG. That's just fine. We'll be able to get around it. And we remove the taunt. So there's a lot of taunt removal on this team is the big thing that I like with how it can how you can run it. So we'll go ahead and spread some fear. So we can get held by hatred, so he's gonna stick around a while longer. And just keep chipping away. There we go. Nope. And we'll go ahead and just pull that. Get rid of that. And then we're going to start moving into that territory of wanting to reduce our cooldowns. So we'll go ahead and just keep killing him off. And I'm going to be using a lot of basics at this point. Just specifically so that way I can prepare ourselves, per se. So it could be a little early for basics, but in fact, you know what, we'll get this back. There we go. We'll get that back in time. And I'm going to keep his Annihilate going, though, for that next phase. So that way we're not in a spot where we're going to end up needing that. There we go. Just basic. Because we're not in any real danger here with the Magna Guard. And the commander, I mean, he has a little bit of pull to him, but it's not going to make or break the run at that point. So it's just a little bit long going. There we go. Another run. Another basic. And it's just basicing. You can pretty much just use auto basic at that point with these last few. If you're impatient. Alright, so we start the next phase. And we're going to go ahead and spread some fear. And we're going to go ahead and once again, go ahead and, let's go ahead and give this Nihilus again. There we go. We got our Newt out. So now we don't have to worry about any of those issues in regards to all of that profit. That's a constant issue. There we go. Go ahead and hit everyone, and I'm just going full on out at this point. Probably got a little bit of a heal there. I need to go back over here to keep going on my B2s. Those B2s we gotta get them down. So otherwise you end up with just a consistent over and over and over again, having your buff immunity. And that's never good. Alright, so we lost Drevin, not unexpected, at least. I mean, it's one of those ones where his health pool's high, but it's not high enough to make a big deal when I've got all these other units, with specifically Scion going to be able to go ahead and then revive. So Magna Guard, low damage, gonna go ahead and keep him alive. And now I can just full hammer on out on him. So we can go ahead and just go on to auto, and this is a sort of all move auto. And there we go. And that was a very clean run for using Darth Traya. So if you don't have your Inquisitors built up quite yet, you've got Traya. Like I said, this works at lower relics as well, so relic 5s are just fine. So